Hey guys, hi, welcome back once again. My name is Vaishali, and today I'd like to talk about the blind spots of our self deception and hypocrisy. Now, before I go a little further with this topic, I'd like to re emphasize on the word the blind spots, the parts of ourselves that we are not actually aware of, the parts of ourselves that lay dormant in our subconscious and our non-conscious, which essentially forms 95 to 98% of us, of our personality, of our belief systems, of our understanding of the world and of ourselves. Now, these are aspects about us that are so deeply embedded and ingrained in all of us that we don't even see them, let alone recognize them. They are parts of us that are shielded away from our conscious awareness. And in order to dive a little deeper, to even have a look into the blind spots of our self-deception and our hypocrisy, which many a times might not be conscious, I'd like to share this clip.
किसी ने बड़े कमाल की बात कही है कि लोग तो अमरूद खरीदने से पहले पूछते हैं कि मीठे हैं ना और बाद में नमक लगा के खाते हैं.
Now if you look at this clip, we'll clearly understand that the person has asked for a sweet fruit, is wanting a sweet fruit. But through their non-verbal communication, through their actions, they quite naturally are indicating that they are wanting something else, which when very objectively looked at gives a very confusing and a contradictory message, wherein somebody can say that if you wanted a more chatpata fruit, why did you ask for a sweet fruit? And this communication does not just play out on interpersonal levels, but it also plays out on intrapersonal level, on a very personal level as well. And most of us may not consider it to be self-deceptive and hypocritical. But then what is deception and what is hypocrisy? It is essentially where our words communicate something else, while our non-verbal actions, our non-verbal communication communicates something else completely. And the fruit was just an example for us to reflect on, for us to understand that it is these little droplets that go into making a pond, a river, or a sea. A pond, a river, or a sea of aligned words and actions, or a pond, a river, a sea of misaligned, miscommunicated words and actions, non-verbal communications, which play out both on personal and interpersonal levels, which invariably many a times does result in confusion, in misunderstandings, and even in a loss of trust, which sabotages love both on personal and interpersonal levels. And unfortunately, the misalignment between our words and our actions, non-verbal communication, at times is so huge, is so great, and yet is so nuanced that many a times we overlook it completely. And these self-deceptions and hypocrisies can also be learnt mechanisms. They could have been and they can be picked up throughout the course of our development as we interact with our environment, with the people in our environment. As we keep observing and absorbing everything that is around us on a very subconscious, non-conscious level. As we keep observing and absorbing all of the verbal and the non-verbal communications. For just like in that clip, if our words and our actions convey two different things, we might want to question how much can we trust our own selves? And how much can we love ourselves truly, because love cannot exist without trust. And since much of this is in our blind spots, is a part of our subconscious and our non-conscious, let's try and become aware of those. Let's try and become aware as to where unknowingly we might be deceiving ourselves, we might be hypocritical to ourselves as well. So let's try and become aware of those blind spots that exist in all of us. Because as Maya Angelou had said, you can only do better once you know better. So let's try and keep working on that, and I will see you once again the next week. Till then, stay tuned in. And guys, if you do like the contextual content of these videos, please do like, share and subscribe.